Hi everyone, this is Jackie with Rankin Baby Designs, and I am going to show you how to add a design onto your bubblegum beads. So this is a finished one. What you want to do is you want to start with a uh, lightly colored bead. It should be white. That's the best color to use, but if you have something light like a pearly white or a very, very, very light pink or something like that, you can use those. It's just that these are easier to use. They're more forgiving. So when you put the design on it, you won't see like the edges of the paper. So white beads. This is a 20 millimeter bead. I took my design and in on my software, I made my pictures. I did a PNG design and I made it half an inch at its widest part. So this is half an inch. Then I printed it on this tissue paper, and the way I did that was I actually took some tissue paper and I taped it, made sure it was nice and smooth, and I taped it to the back of this cardstock. When you have it taped all nice and tight, you just feed it into your printer. Make sure you're printing on the highest setting, DPI, which is the highest quality of ink that you're going to be able to, whatever you're able to use on your printer, the highest, most high quality setting that you can set it on. And you want to make sure that it's at the highest setting, or else it won't be as vibrant as these are. So once these are done, then what you do, once these are printed and you cut them out, what you want to do is you use some decoupage. And I use the one from Zindy. You can also use Mod Podge, but I use this one. It's from Zindy. I'll leave the link to it. And then I buy these from Zindy as well, and I just pour it in here, and then I use it from here because it's just easier to pour. Anyway, so basically what you want to do, keep a wet wipe handy just in case. You're going to need it. And then these are disposable lip brushes. I like them because the brush part is not absorbent. So it's great for decoupage and it's great for UV resin, things like that. So what you want to do is put the decoupage, brush it on very lightly so that it's not too bumpy lumpy, right? Then what you want to do is you take your design and you place it see, I messed it up. That's okay. So this is good because when you mess up and you have your wet wipe, you can wipe it right off and it takes the decoupage right off. No big deal. Okay. And once it's dry, actually it doesn't have to be fully dry because the decoupage is wet and it'll dry anyway. So I'm going to try. This is why I print out extras. I think I printed out about 4 extra sets for these. And I ended up using most of them. So it's okay to mess up. So you do that. Let's try it with this one. I'm going to put this one kind of diagonal. Like that. Then tap tap. You don't want to brush because it will smear your ink. Then what you want to do is use your finger and tap, and then use your wet wipe to wipe your finger off. Tap, 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 tap. So the reason I'm doing that, I'm wiping off my finger just in case I have ink on it, so it doesn't smear it. See? So once this is dry, what I do is I put on a light coat of this triple thick crystal clear glaze from Krylon. You can get this off of Amazon. You can also find it like at Walmart or Target, other places. But I think it was like $4 on Amazon. So once I spray it on, I let it dry. Actually, I do both sides with the Mod Podge first, and then I let it dry. And then I put the clear glaze, spray a little bit, let it dry, spray a little, let it dry. Okay. And once they're dry, they look like this. Now, the clear glaze is really cool because it really does give it a shine. However, it's not like UV resin where it leaves it, or epoxy where it leaves it super smooth. You can see kind of where you sprayed it. So that's why I coat these with UV resin. I don't do epoxy because I don't have a spinner like for the for tumblers. I don't have a spinner for those, so I can't use anything so I have to spin it by hand, and UV resin is just faster. So what I did with this bamboo stick, I put a little tape on it, and then I kind of jam it in like this. And I'm not going to do the whole, like the UV application. I'm just going to show you kind of what I do. I pour a little UV resin. I'm going to do it with the top on. So I pour a little UV resin, and as I'm turning this, I'm actually brushing it with the UV resin as well, and like spreading it and making sure that it's pretty even. And you want to keep the spinning motion. It could be slow, it could be a little faster. But the reason you're doing that, it's just like a tumbler. You want to spin it so that the UV resin goes on evenly. And so what you're going to do is then you're going to put this in your UV lamp and continue to spin it. It's a pain in the booty. It takes a little longer. It actually takes longer for it to cure because you are moving. And so it does take more than like 5 minutes for it to actually cure all the way. Now what I do too is I put it under for about 4-5 minutes, and then it'll be just slightly tacky, and not tacky enough for you to get a fingerprint on it if you're very gentle with it, but tacky enough to actually kind of feel it. So what I did was I put a little aluminum foil on this. I coated it, and then I stand this up like this, and I put it back in to the UV lamp, and then I cure it for a couple more minutes, turn it over, cure it again a couple more minutes. Now, for me, that works perfectly. You're still gonna kind of feel like a little teeny bit of tackiness, and that's normal. What I did was I took my wet wipe and I wiped it. This one is one that I did. And I actually wiped it with this. And then once it was dry, which took seconds, I went and got my, let me show you. Oh, I can't pick it up. It's so big. I got this wax. It's just car wax, regular old car wax. Comes with a little spongy applicator. You might have some of this in your garage. If you don't, you can pretty much find it anywhere. I think you can even find it at a grocery store, maybe a smaller one, but you can find it. So what you do is you take the applicator and you apply wax all over it, and then you take a microfiber cloth and you wax on, wax off, breathe in, breathe out. And this is how I got this so shiny. So that's a tip that I got from someone who is like a fabulous epoxy pouring queen, and she does some awesome work. And so that was one of her tips, is to use car wax on your projects. You can use it on your keychains, you can use it on any other thing that you're using UV resin or epoxy on. It really makes it super shiny, and it's not at all sticky. It's like perfect. So that's it. And look, I did these two sides, and you can buy like rainbow beads and do a cute little project. So I'll show you what I did with my other ones, my other printed ones. So this is, if you saw my post on the Zindy website or on the Zindy group, this is what I did with those beads. And then I also made, so this is a wine stopper, and this is a roach clip, and so this is kind of a fun thing that you can do. You can use it on a keychain. This was kind of my inspiration because I saw this, and even though I purchased it like this, I thought it'd be cool to be able to print on a bead. So that's pretty much it. I don't think I have any other tips. If I remember any, I'll put it in the comments. And then I will actually put in the comments or in the description of this video, I'll put where I find everything, including the beads and these wine stoppers and the roach clips and some other stuff. But that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'm sorry I messed up the other one, but actually this one's a lot shorter than the other one. It's about half as long. So I'm kind of glad I messed that one up. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks.